Chapter 520, Unexpected Variables. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. Zhang Yuochen looked in the direction where he saw the man who had spoken a moment ago. He seemed to be around 30 with a slightly yellowish face. His neatly trimmed mustache curled around both sides of his lips. He looked handsome. He was just 3 tables away from Zhang Yuochen. Although commoners might not able to ascertain his cultivation, that was not the case for Zhang Yuochen. His cultivation had already reached the first change in the fish-dragon realm, the innate embryonic breath. His breath was steady and his blood flow was slow. The pores on his body were opened as well, which was for him to absorb the heaven and earth spiritual chi. This person had already transcended martial arts and set foot on the holy road. How could such a person spread rumors and create turmoil for no reason? Was he not afraid that he would offend the likes of Zhang Yuochen and Orange Star Emissary? At this moment, the middle-aged man of the first change in the fish-dragon realm was still sitting in the chair. He was drinking wine and talking uncontrollably. He did not know that Zhang Yuochen was sitting near him. It is said that Orange Star Emissary's master is the ghost saint of the Cave of Nine Deaths, and Zhang Yuochen has mistreated the ghost saint's disciple. Isn't he afraid that the ghost saint will turn him into a deathly ghost boy? An elder asked. The middle-aged man smiled and answered, no matter how powerful he is still a young descendant in his 20s. The ghost saint won't deal with him himself. Another warrior added, even if the ghost saint decided not to be involved, the 3 disciples of the ghost saint will find it unbearable. They will surely shred Zhang Yuochen to pieces. That makes sense. After all, Orange Star Emissary is their junior sister apprentice. It is said that the 3rd disciple of the ghost saint, Yin Yugeng, has been pursuing Orange Star Emissary. He will surely go bananas after hearing this. If he really gets mad, Zhang Yuochen will be in trouble. Zhang Yuochen may have entered the heaven board, yet he still has a cultivation of the commoners. How can he compare with the ghost saint's 3 disciples? According to the rumors, the ghost saint's 3 disciples have already reached the fish-dragon realm, which makes their cultivation seemingly unfathomable. They have made their names as masters in the realm of evil. After an hour, the middle-aged man finished his conversation. They then left the tavern. Zhang Yuochen paid his bill and followed them. Zhang Yuochen wanted to know who this person actually was. Why did he deliberately spread rumors in the tavern? After all, the middle-aged man was a fish-dragon realm master, yet Zhang Yuochen had not hidden his aura. Therefore, the middle-aged man quickly realized that there was someone who was following him. So, he walked to a desolate place and immediately stopped. He stopped there and remained unmoved. Secretly mobilizing his genuine chi, he said coldly, who are you? Show yourself. Clip-clop. Zhang Yuochen steadily walked into the middle of the street. He stood about 33 meters behind the middle-aged man and said, you're the one who kept mentioning my name in the tavern. Don't you recognize me? The middle-aged man changed his expression slightly. He turned around and looked toward the young warrior who was standing not far away. He was surprised and said, so, you're Zhang Yuochen? Zhang Yuochen said subtly, tell me, who are you? Who made you spread these rumors? The middle-aged man did not intend to answer Zhang Yuochen. His legs slightly spread apart and every muscle in his body tightened. Inside his sleeves, he was holding onto his fists. He was preparing to fight. Although he had broken through the martial arts barrier and entered the fish-dragon realm, he was still not convinced of his own abilities. After all, he was facing the heaven board's number 1, Zhang Yuochen. Compared to Zhang Yuochen, he was like a brute bull with a huge body, while Zhang Yuochen was like a fearsome wolf king. On paper, the brute bull looked bigger and stronger than the wolf king, but he knew he was no match for the so-called wolf king. At this moment, the middle-aged man was like the brute bull. He was scared but was forced to fight for his life. Landslide cracks the earth. As the middle-aged man roared and raised both of his arms, mighty genuine chi could be seen flowing between his hands. He then punched the earth. A strong force rushed into the earth, which let out a cracking sound. The stone tiles on the street were lifted. The stone tiles were 2 meters thick, which weighed a few thousand pounds. Dozens of stone tiles twisted above. Under the power of the fist, the tiles and the air rubbed violently into each other and created a red-hot inferno. They were like pieces of a fiery meteorite that struck toward Zhang Yuochen. Zhang Yuochen remained unfazed. He was rather calm seeing the incoming flaming tiles. He reached out his palm, pressed toward the void space, and hit out with palm power. The forceful palm power turned into a turbulent hurricane that rushed forward. Bang! The stone tiles flew back at the middle-aged man with a faster velocity. The middle-aged man knew he was in trouble. He displayed a bodily movement and rushed backward. He was about to escape. Rumble. The stone tiles crashed on the ground and created a huge pit. The street was crushed. Zhang Yuochen is surely nothing less than horrifying. He's so powerful even without having reached the fish dragon realm. What if he really enters the fish dragon realm? It will be absolutely absurd. The middle-aged man was sweaty. He tried to escape further away from Zhang Yuochen. Where do you think you're going? Zhang Yuochen appeared in front of him out of nowhere. He was stopping the middle-aged man from escaping. The middle-aged man immediately stopped and gritted his teeth. His eyes were filled with animosity as he was preparing to attack. Zhang Yuochen, I'll fight you to the death. Swish. Sword radiance flashed in front of the middle-aged man. In the next moment, a cold sword was already at his neck. The middle-aged man could feel the chill on his neck, which made him shiver. The attacking movement that he was about to strike out halted in midair. He was too afraid to move, as if he was petrified. What a rapid sword technique! The middle-aged man showed a fearful look in his eyes. Zhang Yuochen grabbed the hilt with one hand. He condensed his spiritual power within both of his eyes. He looked toward the man and said, "Tell me, who are you? Tell me the truth, or else your head is finished." The middle-aged man was shocked by Zhang Yuochen's spiritual power. He looked rather somber and lost his vital essence. He replied in a sluggish expression, "Xu, Xilongyai." Zhang Yuochen asked, "Are you from Saint Xigentry?" "I'm just a collateral posterity of Saint Xigentry. I'm not the direct descendant of the same blood meridians. I am just obeying his order. Since we have no hatred for each other, why don't you spare my life?" Xilongyai said in a careful manner. He was afraid that he would say something wrong that might trigger Zhang Yuochen. Zhang Yuochen said, "Don't be afraid. As long as you tell me the truth, I'll spare your life. Tell me, who ordered you? What is his intention?" Xilongyai was relieved. He said, "It's Xu Hai. He came to Chaotic Millionverse Mountain too. He was ordered by the ancestor to kill you." Zhang Yuochen had been feuding with Saint Xigentry for a long time and nothing could be done to resolve it. Saint Xigentry was shocked when the news of Zhang Yuochen becoming first on the heaven board spread to the eastern region. As a long-established saint's powerful family, Saint Xigentry was supposed to be clearer than anyone else regarding the capability of extraordinary geniuses. Maybe Zhang Yuochen was not so much of a threat to them now. But what about in 50 or 100 years later? Would it still be the same? If Zhang Yuochen reached the sacred realm, Saint Xigentry was at risk of getting eliminated. Therefore, no matter what, Saint Xigentry had to eliminate Zhang Yuochen before he became fully developed. Demi Saint Sandow of Saint Xigentry ordered Xu Hai to lead 4 superiors in the Fish Dragon realm to Chaotic Millionverse Mountain on a mission to kill Zhang Yuochen in the battlefield of the primitive world. Xilongyai was one of the 4 superiors of Saint Xigentry. Of course, he was also one of the weakest among the 4 of them. Xilongyai continued. Xu Hai wanted me to spread the rumors just to provoke the warriors of the black market so that he could manipulate the evil warriors to kill you. What a guy Xu Hai is! It's incredible he could think of such a plan, Zhang Yuochen said with a smile. Previously, Zhang Yuochen killed the disciple of this generation of Saint Xigentry, Xu King, in the 5 Elements primitive world. Unexpectedly, Saint Xigentry did not learn their lesson and even sent a second disciple to deal with Zhang Yuochen. Xu Hai was Saint Xigentry's disciple from the previous generation. He entered Saint Academy 10 years ago. His talent and cultivation were far superior to Xu King's. Instead of plotting, it would be better for him to initiate an attack. After a brief moment, Zhang Yuochen came up with a plan. He asked, "Where is Xu Hai?" Xilongyai hesitated for a moment. But after being pressured by Zhang Yuochen's spiritual power, he finally answered, Xuhai is probably meeting with green-robed emissary of the Black Market Excellence Hall. They are plotting to kill you in collaboration. Moreover, I heard that the 3 disciples of the Ghost Cent are already in Chaotic Millionverse Mountain. Rumors were heard that they wanted to refine you into a Wraith Ghost Boy. Zhang Yuochen smiled and said, on one side, Xuhai is spreading rumors just to trigger a dispute between me and the black market. On the other side, he is forming an alliance with the black market so that they could join forces to kill me. The disciples of Saint Xigentary indeed cannot be underestimated. Xilongyi asked, I've told you everything, so you'll let me go, right? Zhang Yuochen retrieved his spiritual power. He swung his arm and retrieved the Abyss Ancient Sword as well. He said with a rather relaxed tone, you may go now. You're letting me go, just like that? Although Zhang Yuochen had retrieved his spiritual power, Xilongyi still did not let his guard down. Instead, he became even more nervous. He did not believe that Zhang Yuochen would let him go just like that. Is it even possible? He was afraid that once he turned around, Zhang Yuochen would sneakily launch a coup de grace on him. Zhang Yuochen said, of course I'm letting you go. When you get back, inform Xuhai and the evil warriors from the black market that I'm going to the primitive world of Xuanwu. They might not want to waste this golden opportunity to kill me and rescue Orange Star Emissary.